instruction is the middle piece. Our on-demand independent work or our on-demand choice board. So what can you differentiate? The content does not change. Everything that we do is based on the TEKS, everything. So that will not change. The product will remain the same. It's either the DOL, the ACP, the STAR, Power DOLs, end of week assessments, quizzes. The process will not, the product will not change. What we are going to learn to differentiate is the process, the what we do. Again, the content does not change. When we talk about the process, it's about making sense and meaning of the content. So the question is, how can we make sure that all of our students, regardless of their levels, how could they learn equitably? You use leveled or tiered activities. And when we talk about tiered activities, I'm going to show you what that looks like. Interest in centers or groups, hands-on materials, varied pacing, a variety of pacing with reading. They can either work alone, in partners, groups, and choice and strategies for processing, okay? And so when we look at the product, again, that does not change. Now, when we talk about tiering, right now, of course, we don't have a lot of data. We do have data that we can go back. If we go into my data portal, we can kind of see, like in reading, maybe the students that didn't do too well in a specific SE. But when we talk about tiering our students, it's about the key understanding. There's 3 areas. Group A, the students who do not know or understand. Group B, some of the students have some kind of knowledge of the concept. And then we have group C. There's some type of understanding of they completely understand the concept. Now, what you have to understand, you may, when we say no homogeneous grouping, you may realize there is a SPED student that could be in group C. There could be an advanced kid that's in group A. If we look at the data and we look at specific SEs, so if it's context clues and a student is struggling in context clues, we realize that our SPED kid mastered it at 100%. But our Gen Ed kid may have it about 60%. So I would put that student in group B. Now, if I have another student that didn't get any of them right, they would be in group A, okay? So when we talk about differentiation of a lesson, so what I did was create some sort of a choice board, okay? Now you'll be able to have access to the choice board once it's uploaded into the Google Classroom. Each of the students are on the same skill, vocabulary, all right? It's context clues. What is different are the activities for each student. What did not change is the DOL. So here, if you look, what I did is I took a snapshot of the activities. Group A and Group B are watching a video, but the type of video is different. So I know you know Brain Pop. Brain Pop videos are somewhat of a lower level, but it gets the content across, all right? Group B is vocabulary. Vocabulary is a lot higher, but remember Group A and B, Group A students did not know the content. Group B students kind of know the content. Now, because Group C students knows the content, they are going to work on a different type of activity related to context clues, all right? Now, when we look at the second part, so this will be the second activity that they complete. Group A and B, because there's some knowledge or no knowledge at all, they're going to do the same activity. And it's okay when you think about it. If you want to have Group A and Group B to have the same activity, you can. Typically, it's a planning issue. So if you realize that they don't understand context clues, and I'm speaking in the reading aspect, if they don't understand context clues, it could be that they don't know the different types. In most cases, that's what it is. And so because of that, I created an activity, or I chose an activity for them to be able to do that activity, understanding the difference. So it's pretty much a matching. And then this information could be sent to the students and they can use it as a guide. Now, group C, they already understand context clues. A lot of students that struggle with, that do not struggle with context clues, they kind of struggle with root words. And so their activity is not necessarily context clues related, but it is a vocabulary skill to help improve their skills. Now, as it relates to the activity, every student has the same activity. They're all the same. What's different is what they have to do on the activity. Now with group A, remember our group A students, they do not know the skill at all. And so if you look, the things that are highlighted or underlined on group A, where if you see the word rage, if it's highlighted and underlined, they can click on it and they'll take them right to the dictionary. All right, so that gives them dictionary skills, which also helps them to be able to understand what it is they're reading. And it also gives them the opportunity for us as teachers to be able to see their process. The questions that they are getting the text was chunked and questions were added to make sure that it helps them with the comprehension as well. Now, if you look on 3 and 4 with group A, it's the same as the other ones. However, they receive star aligned questions. All right. Same with group B. They did not have as many words highlighted, but if you notice group A, B, and C, accumulations is highlighted and underlined in both because that's a possible word that they all can struggle with. Same thing with B. They receive the same type of questions as A, however, not as much assistance when it comes to the vocabulary skill. Now, group C received the same type of activity. They received the same type of questions. However, theirs is an open-ended question. So if you notice that all of the activities are the same, it is just leveled according to the need of each of the learners. And lastly, as I stated, the DOL does not change, okay? It does not change. That is the product. And because of all the students have to answer the same question, answer the same question or have the same DOL, same star, same mini marker, same common assessment, that does not change. So we have to make sure that when we're assessing them, that does not change as well. Now, I know that there are some modifications and accommodations when it comes to our SPED students, LEP students. However, that the end product has to be the same. All right, and if you notice, just real briefly, in paragraph 3, the questions is the same exact, it's aligned the same way in the activity. All right, so they have seen the question before, and when it comes to the DOL, they'll be able to, hopefully, based on the activities that we created, that they'll be able to answer the DOL. Do we have any questions? Mr. Dubois, were there any questions posted? I know it's more to it. It takes a lot of planning to do these activities. And I know we have to have data in order for us to be able to create these activities. However, once we are able to receive more data, we will be able to create those choice boards. And I know Ms. Moore talked about grouping, pulling the students in small group. I know in the beginning, we talked about how the check for understanding or looking at those individual activities, putting the students in a breakout room where we can keep a group of students and send the other ones to the breakout room. So we would keep the students who do not have any knowledge about the content. Those will be the ones that will be in the small group with us, okay? If I spoke too fast, I apologize, blame it on Texas. But if you have any questions right now, I'm always here for you. If you have any now, let me know. Mr. Dubois, were there any questions inside?
So no, at this time, there's no questions right now. I just want to let everybody know each presentation that is presented, like I said in the chat, will be posted in Google Classroom. The recordings will come a little later, but these presentation slides will be in the Google Classroom. I should be posting those during your department time, so by the end of the day. But yeah, so go ahead. Like I said, there's no questions. Ms. Pounders, if you can everybody please show her some love in the chat. And like she said, if you have any questions, you can reach out to her. And then we're going to kind of just show that love in the chat. And then what I'm going to do now is go ahead and turn it over first to each, either CRC, ILT, or AP in regards to our department time. We got done a little early, so we're going to have more time in that department time. So first of all, I'm going to go to Mr. Boland. If you want to unmute yourself and just, if you have anything to say, I know you probably already communicated with your team through email, but if you just want to just restate anything before we go to department time, Mr. Boland.
Okay, so for social studies, we're going to meet in room 140. I hadn't sent that part in email, but we can meet in there and we can spread ourselves out. There's only a handful of us that are here on campus. And let's make that time at 1:40 so that we can get started and get our stuff done and get it completed. We'll also be on Zoom. I'll turn the Zoom on at 1:40. You have the link that I've sent y'all already today for those who are not on campus.
All right, thank you. So social studies, I'll put that in the chat. Social studies will be in room 140. And the link, you said you'll send it out. I think that's what he stated, if you haven't done so already.
I sent the link out to
Okay, you already did. So, all right. So Ms. Ellis.
Okay, so Elar, I sent out an email to you all. So we are meeting in the library. Elar and ESL are in the library. I have a special message for elective teachers. Who said yes? Elective teachers, you're not meeting as a group of elective teachers. Please head to your room, finish your Bitmoji classroom, reach out to anyone if you need any support with any of that so that we can make sure that you guys are situated. Elective teachers, shoot me an email if you have any questions or problems or concerns.
All right, thank you, Ms. Ellis. Ms. Peterson, Sharna Peterson, you got information on math?
Yes, I sent out an email to you earlier about the Zoom link. Those of you that's on campus, please meet me in the cafeteria.
All right, so math has an email sent and meeting in the cafeteria. And then Ms. Wright, I believe Ms. Moppin told me that you have information for science.
Yes, a Zoom link was sent by email yesterday, and everybody on campus will meet in 219 with their technology, and everybody will be on the Zoom link, and we'll meet at 1:40 as well in 219.
All right, email sent in, what, I'm sorry, that room is 219?
219.
All right, and bring technology. All right, I don't know, hopefully we're not missing anybody, but go ahead and make sure before you all leave, I'm gonna post the attendance again, just to make sure y'all take care of the attendance. I know the session was kind of quick, but the attendance, and other than that, the chats have information. If you're confused about anything, reach out to your APs, your CRCs or ILTs, or you can reach out to myself through email. But go ahead and jump into your department times. And you got about like a 10-minute break for most of them. That's starting at 1:40. You all are the best. Thank you.
Oh, man.
Miss Wright, check your email.
Miss Ellis,
Yes.
I need you to email me, please.
I will.
Okay, thank you.
Miss Ellis,
Yes.
this is Miss Williamson.
Hi.
How you doing? Looks like they have some kind of September 2nd meeting planned for us tomorrow. What do I do? Go to both? What?
Go to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Miss Ellis, I need the meeting too. I didn't get an email.
Sped. It's a good question. Give me a second. Give me 2 seconds, Sped. Let me call Miss Mop.
I knew we probably missed one. That was kind of too efficient. Dapper, if you're still on, you did win the gift card. Are you still on, Dapper?
Every time I went out, it drops people's attention.
I'll reach out to her.
People look at that.
What's next?
Is it Sped department meeting? Okay. All right. Special Education Department, you are not having an official meeting, so please go and take care of your Bitmoji classroom, your teacher video, whatever it is that you need to do to prep. All right, I'm gonna sit on for a second in case anybody else has a question.
Ms. Ellis, what time is ELAR meeting?
Let's meet at 1:45. We don't need to wait till 2.
Okay.
Oh, hold on, Ms. Mom's calling me back.
We're gonna do our meeting now rather than wait till 4 o'clock.
Do they know what they got going?
I was trying to tell them to go on, log on now. We could do the meeting now rather than wait till 4.
Yeah, make sure that if you don't want to let everybody hear, make sure you mute your mic.
Sped teachers, Ms. Moppin just called me back. She said that you guys know which department you're working with, that you need to go to meet with that department. Special education, go meet with your department that you're going to be working with for the year.
Okay, we take that back then.
Ms. Ellis.
Yes.
Okay.
Where
now,
does
this is
the
weird
elected
plan.
department
This is
go?
weird
I got
plan.
kicked off.
This is weird plan.
Electives are free. Electives can go work on what they need to work on.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question.
Yes.
So I'm working with the math department for SPED inclusion, and I'm sure they've gotten an email about their meeting, but I didn't receive that email. So if I need to join in with them, how do I get their link to?
Okay, so the math instructional coach, Sherna Peterson, is going to be leading that group. Her email is speterson, but I'm also about to walk through where she is, so I'll let her know to add you.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Anybody else?
And Ms. Brown, I'll post it in the chat, just her email also, just on the safe side.
Thank you, Mr. Du Bois. Okay. Mr. Bois, you're going to stay on? I'm going to hop off.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Du Bois.
Okay, cool.
No problem. It's in the chat now for you. All right, is everybody else good? Or if you got any questions, I'll be on here for about 2 or 3 more minutes. But if you still have any questions or concerns, please, like I say, always reach out to your evaluator, or you can just email me and I'll try to help you out.
Mr. Du Bois,
Yes.
where do we put the Google Classroom? I mean, the Bitmoji Classroom.
After you've done it?
Uh-huh.
That's a good question. I was saying first to your evaluator, but let me, I'm writing a note down. I'm gonna go to Ms. Peterson and find out, because I know she was kind of over it. Ms. Moppin told me Ms. Peterson earlier, but I think she's only dealing with math. With Ms. Smith, I'll email you as soon as I find out. So give me like probably 5 or 10 minutes. I'm gonna go to her and see where do you posted it.
Okay, thanks.
Means a lot to see a movie that's not like a black movie, but it's just a great American superhero movie with people that look like me. So thank you. Yo.